Mark Gastineau confronted Brett Favre about giving Michael Strahan the final sack to beat Gastineau's record.
I'm going to get my sack back. I'm going to get my sack back, dude.
You probably would hurt me.
Well, I don't care. You hurt me. You hurt me. You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You really hurt me. You hurt me, Brett.
We got to get back to this, Brett. I'm sorry.
Clearly, he's been thinking about this and ruminating on this for so long, for decades, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, me is a disease, man. Like, if you start thinking of yourself in that regard and for that long, and you start thinking about whether it be your health problems or your mental problems or your problems just in general in life, and you start ruminating and stewing on that, you're going to live in that forever, and you're not going to be able to tear yourself out. People who are stuck in that sort of me sort of centric thinking just can't help themselves. And they have to go back 40 years to a moment in time, which they say like, oh, that's trauma. And I'm a 65-year-old man that can't handle it now. That's just weird to me.
Dude, people love the word trauma now. It's a great catch-all. It's a great catch-all. Oh, that's not my fault. I'm traumatized.
Gastineau has trauma from not having.
It's a great card to play.
The sack record there, and he was the cream of the crop of NFL pass rushers for a long time. It's super sad to see a guy in this state, because this is obviously a very troubled guy, dude. Just what you said. I mean, one way to feel better about your life and yourself is to not think so much about yourself, just to look outward. Don't obsess about the inward in your existence. And this is exactly what this dude is doing. And dude, what do you do? Like Brett Favre here, he actually responded on Twitter. And I will pull this up here in a second, but like, if you're Brett Favre in this situation with a confrontation, what do you like?
Yeah. What do you do? Yeah. And like, okay, Brett's kind of in hot water too here. Let's not avoid that. Granted, we could talk about these two guys for 2 hours, right? And the situations going on in their lives outside of what they did on the football field. But like, honestly, one of the things I want to go back to with this me as a disease thing is like, the happiest people in the world generally aren't focused, as you were saying, on themselves. They project their life and point their life in the direction of something greater, whether it be family, God, or faith, sports. And it just seems like this is the inverse, right? It's the inward looking thing that's kind of just, it rots you from the inside, and you can't let it go for 45 years.
This is such a tiny, tiny thing in the grand scheme of a human existence. And it is absolutely wrecking this dude to the point where he has this very uncomfortable, awkward confrontation.
Dude, and it also sucks seeing a guy that was literally on top of the world, the toughest man on the planet, boiling down his entire persona and experience to this like very niche moment.
This guy should just get a hobby. Maybe learn guitar. That helps. Ceramics class. You just need a new craft to work on that can take the place in your obsessive mind. Oh, also the thing about longevity and happy lives. That's those whatever countries you reference, all 3 generations in the household. That's the key.
True. Very true.
Right.
Family, you get that is one thing that I love about German houses is like you've got basically it's a house like our house here, but it's 3 apartments, one level after another, and you've got all generations of the families living together. America, we abandon this. This is terrible, and our society needs to bring that back. Get multiple generations of families in the houses. You're separated by the apartment, so you've got your own space. But it's really good for human beings.
The thing is with the Gastineau family is like, I think they had a VH1 show together. So there was like a semblance of reality TV that they were trying to generate here. So maybe he was putting something on here with the Brett Favre thing, but you could hear toward the end of it, there was like a quiver in his voice where it was like, oh wait, no, this might actually be very real. Or he's just an Oscar winning or should be an Oscar winning actor.
Dude, I don't think he's got those Daniel Day-Lewis acting chops. I think that was real. I think that he was actually super, super upset by this. And